Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Future Stars live on Hidayat TV. Eid Mubarak everyone, I hope you're having a very nice Eid. And our topic today, actually because it is Eid, we're going to be talking about Eid al-Adha, and we're talking about the history behind it as well and why we actually celebrate it. So before I continue, I'd like to introduce my guests.
Assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak, my name is Nisba.
Assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak, my name is Austin.
Assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak, my name is Zaki. Assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak, my name is Ali.
Assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak, my name is Hussain.
And thank you for that introduction. And like we do in every show, Miss was going to read the surah and Mohsin is going to read the translation. So can we start them off with the loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد صدق الله العلي العظيم.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, say, I seek refuge in the noon of daybreak, and from the evil of that which He created, and from the evil of darkness when it settles, and from the evil of bowlers in night, and from the evil of an evener when he evens. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Thank you, Mohsin and Misbah. I remember whenever you are reading surah, make sure you read the translation as well, so you also know the history behind it and also how you can implement it into your life. Alright, okay guys, so first of all, Eid Mubarak, and like we already said, Eid Mubarak to everyone at home as well. So do any of you know any like I'm only asking for little small details now. Do any of you know anything about this Eid?
This Eid is about sacrifice.
Sacrifice, yeah. That's totally right. Yeah. Does anyone know the meaning of Eid al-Adha? Anyone? Zaki, do you know?
When Prophet Ibrahim sacrificed his son, but instead of sacrificing his son, he sacrificed a sheep.
Yeah, he actually did that. Zaki's giving us some detail there, but do any of you know what actually Eid al-Adha actually means? Like the meaning of it? Mohsin, do you know?
Is it like
We're gonna mention it in one of the places that we're gonna be talking about. It's the festival of
sacrifice.
Yeah, sacrifice. That's the actual meaning of it. Yeah. So thank you, Ali. So before we start, Mohsin is gonna start us off actually. So can we have a salawat in honor of our holy prophet, peace be upon him? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. And second, in honor of our holy first Imam Ali alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. And third, of our loudest voices, in honor of the Imam of our time, Imam Sahib al-Asri wa Zaman. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Thank you. And Mohsin is actually going to start us off, so can we have another loud salawat for him? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
Once again, we have all been blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to witness and celebrate this great day of Eid al-Adha. Eid al-Adha basically means the festival of sacrifice in Islam. On this day, Muslims are reminded about a great trial which Prophet Ibrahim or Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, was put to of sacrificing his young son, Prophet Ismail alayhi salam, or Prophet Ishmael, peace be upon him. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam complied to the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and fully succeeded on it. Prophet Ibrahim is regarded as the champion of monotheism. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam is one of the most favourite prophets of Allah, who is held him in a very high esteem. The Holy Quran speaks extensively about Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. In fact, the name of Prophet Ibrahim has appeared in the Holy Quran 69 times. He has been given many beautiful names and titles such as
Khalilullah,
Allah, a friend of Allah, Sadiq the truthful, Nabi the prophet, Imam the leader, Muslim who submits to one God, Hanif a non-divided monotheist, Ummah a nation, Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa thank you, Mohsin. And what did actually Mohsin mention here? So he mentioned about Prophet that we already mentioned. About who?
Prophet Ibrahim.
Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam.
And his son.
Yeah. And what was his name?
Ismail.
Yeah, Ismail. So he had two sons, didn't he? Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, that we know of. So Prophet Ishmael and Ishaq. Yes, Ishaq. So we're going to be talking about these two characters, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam and Prophet Ishaq. Ismail alayhi salam. Mohsin gave us an introduction to Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, and he talked about that he was a champion of monotheism. What is monotheism? Do any of you know the meaning of that word? Monotheism. Hussein, I think you should know, because do you study religious studies in your school? I don't know about in primary school. They don't do a lot of talk about words like monotheism and polytheism as well. So do you know what polytheism is? You don't know that either. So if polytheism means the worship of many gods and idols and stuff like that, what does monotheism mean?
Monotheism means that it's worship to one God.
Yeah, worship to one God. Yeah, so worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He is the one and only God. That is monotheism. Misbah?
He also talked about some of the names.
Yeah, to some of the names. So Zaki?
And also Prophet Ibrahim's name has
been, you're going to say his name has been mentioned in the Quran?
69 times.
Yeah, 69 times. So he's actually, the name of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam has been mentioned in the Quran 69 times, and he's been given titles as well, haven't he? Can any of you mention some of the titles that Mohsin mentioned there? So one was Khalilullah, which means?
A friend of God.
Yeah, friend of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Was it? Yeah, Imam. Yeah, what does Imam mean?
Imam means leader.
Yeah, leader.
And Nabi means prophet.
Prophet, yeah. And any else?
Sadiq.
Yeah, Sadiq, what does that mean?
The truthful.
Yeah, truthful. Yeah, so those are some of the titles of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. So do any of you know the actual story of this, what we're going to be talking about? Any of you know a little bit about this? So I'm guessing all of you know, because yeah. So I want, as everyone finishes, we all add our input of what's happening. Yeah. Yeah. So Hussein, you've got the next thing. So can we start with off the loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farjahum.
The great trial of sacrifice. The story about the great trial of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam is an interesting one, and there are many lessons that can be derived from it by those who believe in Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam and claim to follow his creed. To summarize what had transpired, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam had prayed to Allah to grant him a son. Allah fulfilled his wish and gave him Prophet Ismail alayhi salam at a very old age. O God, grant me with a righteous son. So we gave him the glad tidings of a forbearing son. When the child attained 13 years of age, Allah commanded Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam in his dreams to sacrifice him for his sake. When he was old enough to assist in his Adha, he said, "My son, I see in my dream, because it was a command from Allah, my son, I see in my dreams that I am sacrificing you. See what you think." Because it was a command from Allah, the righteous son encouraged his old father to discharge his duty. He said, "O father, do whatever you have been commanded. If Allah wishes, you will find me to be patient." Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam set out with his son Prophet Ismail alayhi salam to the sacrificing spot. It was certainly not an easy task. On the way, Satan appeared in the form of an old advising man. He tried to stop Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam from offering the sacrifice, but because of the strong faith in Allah, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, determined to comply with the command of his creator, could not be shaken. Shaitan then tried his luck with young Prophet Ismail alayhi salam and persuaded him to escape from his ill fate. As a result of his father's innovation, Prophet Ismail alayhi salam was a righteous son, and he too could therefore not be influenced. Both the father and the son chased Shaitan away. They then arrived at the sacrificing spot at Mina. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam tied the hands and the legs of his son so as not to be perturbed by his pain and restlessness. He blindfolded himself and, carrying the knife, enacted the command of Allah. When Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam removed his fold, he saw Prophet Ismail alayhi salam by his side, and in his place a ram lay slain before them. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam trembled lest Allah rejected his sacrifice. Suddenly he heard a voice that was smoothing. We called out to him, "O Ibrahim, you have indeed fulfilled the vision. Thus indeed we rewarded the righteousness." This indeed was a manifest trial. Then we ransomed him with a great sacrifice, and we left this blessing for him among generations to come in later times. Peace be to Ibrahim. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjum. Thank you, Saint. So Saint gave us a lot of information there, didn't he? He talked about the whole kind of shortening. He talked about the whole sacrifice story which happened. So first of all, he started off talking about how Prophet Ibrahim actually asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for what? Yeah, son. So he actually asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because a prophet would know if they had the son that would actually succeed them, wouldn't they? Yeah. Even though the prophet doesn't choose which son actually comes after him, he actually he would recognize. And because if you saw actually Prophet Muhammad, and we talked about his young when he was at his young age, before he proclaimed that he was a prophet, he showed the attributes and the signs of a prophet, didn't he? Yeah. So actually so any prophet would know, because they would look at the signs at their sons to see if there's any signs of prophethood. Prophet Ibrahim actually didn't have this, so actually went to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and asked him for a son. Yeah. And what age? No, I'm not going to tell you the age because we didn't mention an age there, did we? But what time in his life did the son actually come?
13.
No, not 13. That was talking about the son's age. So what point in Prophet Ibrahim's life did the actual son came? He came
when he was very old.
Yeah, when he was very old. He was very old at that time when his actual son came. So and so then he went on to when he was 13 years old. And can any of you just tell me what happened from then? Ali.
In the Imam's dream, he saw Prophet's dream. He heard God told him to sacrifice his son.
Yeah, to sacrifice his son.
Then when he woke up, he told his son, and his son said, "You have to do it whatever God tells us."
Yeah.
So then he takes his son to the sacrificing place.
Yeah, Mina.
But Yazid, Satan,
he getting a little bit mixed up there. Don't worry.
But Satan turned into an old man to stop them from doing it. But their faith were too strong, so they chased him off and went to the sacrificing place. And he blindfolded his son. Then blindfolded him.
Yeah, he blindfolded himself as well. So we're skipping a little bit ahead now. So thank you, Ali. He gave us a little bit description there. I know how you would get Yazid and Shaitan kind of mixed up, because they both got kind of the same attributes, haven't they? Yeah. So actually, when he actually went to tell his son, like Ali said, Prophet Ibrahim went to go tell his son that he's actually, God has told me, or I need to take you to, he's had a dream and God was telling him to take his son and go to Mina and to sacrifice him. Yeah. Astonishingly, the son says, you have to do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told you. Don't you think some other people would, his own life was going to be taken, but he yet said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded this, so we have to do it. Yeah, so he never made any excuse. Prophet Ibrahim's an old man, or he might his mind's playing tricks on him or something like that. He knows Aziz is a prophet, and because what Allah says must go, shouldn't it? Yeah, and it's a duty. It's the prophet's duty to take on this and do this. Yes, so that's why Ismail alayhi salam told his father, you have to do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us to do. Yeah. And actually Shaitan, like Ali said, actually came to Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam and was saying, how can you do this? He's your own son. But and he also came to Prophet Ismail alayhi salam. But they had, like Ali said, they had too much of a strong faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that they actually this bond could not be broken by Shaitan, and they actually went to carry out this thing. And when they've done this, what happened? First of all, they've at Mina. Well, what happened then? Zaki?
That Mina and Shaitan became an old man and tried to persuade them to not kill his son, but their faith was too strong.
Yeah.
And then they chased off Shaitan.
Yeah.
And then when they went to the sacrificing place, he blindfolded his son and tied.
He actually tied his arms,
his legs, and blindfolded himself.
Yeah, because you wouldn't want to see your own son.
His
So he actually tied him up, because if there's any any struggle or anything like that, so he could hold him in place. Yeah. So astonishingly, when he took off his blindfold, what did he see? Mohsin?
He saw he sacrificed a lamb.
Yeah, a lamb, and that had actually been slaughtered, and his son was next to him, wasn't he? Yeah. And then I think it was an angel. Was it an angel that said, that came to him and said, was it Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Yeah. So it was a voice. And what did he say? Zaki? Mohsin?
It said that I have swapped a lamb. I swapped a lamb for Ishmael.
I think Miss knows.
We called out to him, O Ibrahim, you have indeed fulfilled the vision. Thus indeed we rewarded the virtuous. This indeed was a manifest trial.
Yeah. So he's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that this is a trial and you fulfilled what you needed to do. And what did he go on to say?
Then we ransomed him with a great sacrifice, and we left this blessing for him among generations to come in later times. Peace be with him.
That's a really important part. That part, because say that last part again. That
Then we ransomed him with a great sacrifice, and we left this blessing for him among generations to come in later times.
So what it's saying there is actually this sense of sacrifice and this needing to sacrifice for the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was in his generations to come. Yeah. So like we said, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam had 2 sons, didn't he? Yeah. And what were their names?
Ishmael and
Ishaq. Yeah. So from Ishaq's line came the other prophets, after Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, Musa and all the other prophets, Yahya and Isa alayhi salam. Yeah. So that came from Ishaq's line down, and then from the other line, who came from that? From Ismail's line.
From
Moses.
Ismail, Imam, the all
So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he actually came from Ismail's line. Yeah. So after that, and from Prophet Muhammad, what came? The Imams. So what they're saying, that this sacrifice has been in their generation. And what can we make this link with sacrifice and with the generations of this?
It's going all the way to Imam Hussein, when Imam Hussein sent all 72 of his most precious people to go fight.
So we can make this link now. Yeah. So with Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, he had to take a precious, his own precious thing, his son, very precious to him, the most dearest thing that he has in this world, yeah, soon to be next prophet of the world, yeah, and he has to take him and sacrifice him in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yeah. And with Imam Hussein, he had to take 72 members of his family, yeah, and take them out and do the same thing in front of him, and these 72 members was his sons, his brother's sons Qasim, and his sister's sons, and his family members. Yeah, all of these people, they were like his Ismails. Yeah, they were like his Ismails, and Imam Hussein was in the place of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. Yeah, we can make these 2 links now. Yeah. And you actually had to see them, Mohsin?
The 72 people are like Ishmael, and Prophet Ibrahim is like Imam Hussein.
Yeah, like I just said, we can make those links, yeah. And he had to see them being sacrificed in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in front of his own eyes, yeah. So we can make this link, and as we say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he stays true to his word, doesn't he? Yeah, and he was right to say that this sacrifice will stay in the family for generations. Yeah. So thank you, Mohsin, for making that link. Okay, Miss B, you've got the next thing. So can we start, Miss, with the loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
One of the things that the Hujjaj, the pilgrims to the house of God for Hajj, do on the 10th of Zulhijjah, and so do many Muslims all over the world, is to slaughter a lamb or a sheep or a goat or a camel in remembrance of this great sacrifice of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. This act is not a mere ritual, but it has a meaning and a significance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not commanded us to sacrifice animals because He subhanahu wa ta'ala is bloodthirsty or meat hungry. In Surah Al-Hajj verses 36 and 37, He subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it clear. Thus we have disposed them animals for your benefit so that you may give thanks. Then He adds, it is not their flesh or their blood that reaches Allah, rather it is your piety and that reaches Him. Thus He has disposed them for your benefit so that you may magnify Allah for His guiding you and give good news to the virtuous. So what is the significance of offering sacrifice of animals on this day of Eid al-Adha? The answer to this question is simple. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to train us to follow the path of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, who is willing to offer Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala his dearest possession in form of his son Prophet Ismail alayhi salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not want Prophet Ismail alayhi salam to be sacrificed, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam to show his willingness to sacrifice the Prophet Ismail, which he did bravely.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farjum. Thank you, Misbah. So Misbah there was mentioning the lessons we can get from this, and Misbah, can you say a little bit of what you mentioned? What were those lessons?
That he didn't sacrifice it for the meat. He did. Allah never said to sacrifice
so
he was bloodthirsty.
So in this Eid we actually have like qurbani, and they actually some people might have bought this or something. They buy it and then they slaughter the animal, and then we eat the meat, don't we? Ali?
It happened to me when I went to Pakistan, but we couldn't eat it because it had our names on it. So yeah.
Yeah. So you actually did qurbani. Yeah. So she was mentioning them that we don't actually do this thing, qurbani, because Allah is bloodthirsty and he wants some meat. We don't do that because of that. But what do we do it for,
We do
Misbah?
it to give a party.
Yeah, we do it like to give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we use it to put also like as a kind of like a way to show thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and thanks for giving us these things, and it's a resemblance of what happened when Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam slaughtered the lamb instead of his actual son. Yeah. So thank you for that, Misbah. And Ali, I think you have a poem, don't you? Yeah. So we're gonna let Ali say his poem before we go on to the last part of the show. So we'll start Ali off with the loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farjahum.
Eid al-Adha takes place on the 10th of Dhul Hajj, where many come together with love and without a grudge. Families sacrifice an animal and feed the poor and exchange greetings with the neighbors next door. We go to the mosque in the best clothes, but first we must make sure we are clean from our head to our toes. On this day, I'm ever so grateful to be alive and living in this world that is so beautiful. Eid is always blessed day filled with joy and blessing, I must say. Eid Mubarak, everyone.
Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farjahum. Thank you, Ali. And we're going to be actually like a small part at the end of the show. We're just going to talk about what we could do on Eid and wishing an Eid to everyone at home as well. So before we do that, can we start? Hussein's got something to read for us. So can we start Hussein off the loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa فرجهم.
Dr. Ali Shariati, in his book Philosophy of Hajj, writes, and I quote, "This is a story of man's perfection and his freedom from selfishness and animalistic desires. It is man's assassination to a higher spirit and loves to a strong will that frees him from anything that may hinder his responsibility as a conscious man." In other words, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us on this day of Eid al-Adha, you should select your Ismail and bring him to Minna, who is your Ismail. Anything that is causing an obstruction for you to reach your Lord and fulfill your duties towards him. Your Ismail could be your wife, your job, your rank, your power, your lust, your greed, your spouse, your children. It could be anything, and make sure that it is as dear to you as Prophet Ismail alayhi salam was to Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. As you are sacrificing an animal on this day, bear in mind that you are in fact sacrificing that dearest thing in your life and telling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, "Oh my Lord, henceforth this thing which has dearest to me in life, which will not hinder me from reaching you and acquiring your pleasure." Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam, talking about the significance of each and every ritual that is performed during Hajj, asked Billy, as you slaughter your sacrificial animal during Hajj, did you intend to cut off the throat of greed that is hidden in you by clinging to the reality of taqwa and to follow the exemplary tradition of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, who intended to slaughter his dear son Prophet Ismail so as to discharge the command of Allah? Shilbili said, "No. In that case," said the Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam, "you have not sacrificed your animal similarly whilst giving instruction to the Hujjah, the pilgrims of the house of God for Hajj." Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam said to them, "Cut the throat of carnal desires and greed by offering animal sacrifice. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this day of Eid al-Adha to grant us with tawfiq to follow in the path of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam and forgive us all our past and future sins." Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Thank you, Hussein. So just to shorten up what Hussein said there, so actually on this day we need to think about what is our Ismail, yeah, and what can we have to give that thing up to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what we need to do. So we need to think about that. That could be your wealth, like Hussein said. That could be your power, your status, or some things like that. And we need to think about and make sure they're precious to us, and do that, give them up in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So thank you for that, Hussein. So just to end off, so you guys having a good Eid so far? Yeah. So any of you gonna do anything today? We might actually go to people's houses or something like that. We'll go to your houses, don't worry. So hope you have a good Eid as well at home. You're probably visiting families and doing things like that, celebrating this Eid. So just remember the important message of today's show, that to give up this Ismail that is precious to us, but would help us to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we need to think about those things. So we'll see you next week, same time, same place on Hidayat TV. But until then, good Hafiz.